What I'm about to tell you in this video is extremely powerful. And I want you, this is a disclaimer, I want you to use it in good faith. Because what I tell you in this video will essentially allow you to do anything to women. They will get mad, but then you will find a way to have them get over it and actually like you more after the argument, after they get mad. That's how powerful these psychological levers are. There's 3 steps. I'm gonna tell you the 3 steps, and I'm also gonna go back to the story of what just happened to me and how I put this on a masterclass with a woman so that you know exactly how to actually apply it. Step number 1 is let them yap. So let me tell you about my recent experience to tie this in, and I'm gonna do this with every point. So I'm talking to this girl. She doesn't live where I live, and I'm flying her out soon. And I honestly was just like kind of in a mood, and I was like, you know what? Like I don't really want to wait anymore, so I'm kind of over it. I totally started the fight. I totally was a dickhead. Like she's been fantastic, to be fair. I hope she never watched this video, but her behavior's been really good. I totally was just a dickhead, and I'm like, I'm over it, whatever. And so she starts crashing out because she obviously is invested in me and like genuinely likes me. And so she's texting me. She's like, how could you do this? I'm so excited. Like, I'm about to crash out right now. Like, you're hurting my feelings. I don't want to text all this stuff out. Like call me. So I FaceTime her. Okay? So I FaceTime her. And I applied step 1, let them yap. So I get on the phone with her. We're FaceTiming. And she's going off. Why would you cancel? Like, you don't want to wait. I told you I had things already were planned. I want to see you sooner. Blah, 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 blah. Like, you hurt my feelings. You upset me. Like, I'm letting her yap. And meanwhile, I'm just sitting there like amused. Like, you're so cute. Actually, I'm jumping ahead to step 2. But step 1 is I'm letting her yap. So I'm sitting there and I'm letting her talk. I'm like, really? And she's just going on and on. Now, you don't want to let this go on forever, okay? The letting them yap phase is a couple minutes. It's no longer than that. You just like, let them get it out, let them vent a little bit. You just sit there kind of amused, like, oh, really? Like you don't engage, okay? And at the end of this video, I'm gonna tell you and go over the checklist of what not to do exactly so you have it in the back of your mind. But one of the things on the checklist is do not engage, okay? I was not meeting fire with fire. I was not reciprocating conversation. Quite literally during step 1, you just let them yap. You're just like, oh, really? Damn, that's crazy. Then they're just yap. You really whatever. Step 2, after a few minutes of yapping, okay, 5 minutes max, is you completely need to start diverting and changing the course of energy, okay? What I mean by that is, when a woman is upset, okay, her energy flow is, oh, I'm upset, this is what you did, I'm angry. It's all flowing that way. You need to change the flow, okay? A couple ways you can do this. The most powerful way is to use sex. It is the most powerful psychological manipulator ever, okay? So she's talking, and without getting too explicit, I basically started like sexually rizzing her up. And on the PG side, I was basically saying like, you're so fucking hot when you're mad. While she's mid-rant. While she's like mid-rant, freaking out on me, crashing out. And I'm just like, and I'm saying things like that, and even more X-rated. I don't want to say it for YouTube purposes, but like even more X-rated. Like basically sexting her over FaceTime about the things that I want to do to her. While she's crashing out. While she's literally like, I hate you. How could you do this? I'm like, I want to take your neck. I don't think you understand. Like, when you're arguing with a woman and she's losing her mind and you're just rizzing her up and you're just like, fuck, you're up. They can't, their mind is so emotional, they can't help but be completely taken off of the conversation. It is such a strong lever to completely change the dynamic and the emotion of the conversation. They can't help but now be like wet and like the sexual tension is so high, they're just like, they can't stay on the anger path. They're now on the sexual tension path. And it's so funny to watch, and it's so powerful, and you have to do it the right way, the right tonality. Because it can't be forced. You know, like it can't be like obviously forced. And yes, during this, when she's like, so trying to change the conversation, I just kept doing it because I know I'm more powerful than her. And you have to know as a man. As a man, you have to know that you have more power and control over her emotions than she does. You are the man. Like, she's at your disposal. This woman is at my disposal. So I'm letting her yap, and then I'm also doing exactly what I want to do to her emotions. I control her. This is how men and women work. Men control women, always. Especially when they're in love, when they respect you, when they like you. You control her, bro. She's your woman. Like, you're the one letting her even be mad in the first place. Because you don't know how to do any of these 3 steps. And so step 2 is controlling her emotions with sexual tension, with riz, saying like banter things too. It's really powerful. Like I said to her, like, you're so funny trying to like talk like you're tough and like you're upset. Like, you're so funny. Like, it's so silly. Like, you're an absolute softie. And she was like, I'm not a softie. And then just started laughing her ass off because she knows it's true. And she knows she's a woman and she's a softie. And she's like trying to act all big and tough. You just like diffuse. It's like I was laughing at her. Like, I was smiling. I was laughing. I'm like, you're so cute. Like, it's just, you're so silly. Like, I wish I was inside right now. Like, actually, how are you going to argue with me like when I'm doing that shit? How the fuck are you going to look at me while I'm saying that and say, I hate you? Like, she's laughing. Now she's turned on. Now it's just like, what are we doing? And another thing that she did, women do all the time, okay, so this is really good to know, and this goes in with step 2, is they will put words in your mouth, depending on how they feel, to fit their emotional feeling, which is actually not reality. So she said that I said things I didn't say, like every woman does, because they're emotional, and they need to come up with things to fit their emotional narrative, okay? And then what you do in this situation, very important, what you do in this situation is you playfully make fun of them in a lighthearted way that they don't live in reality. Okay? So when she did this to me, she was like, you said this and you said that and you said this. And I'm like, okay, like let's come back to reality. You're in La La Land. I looked verbatim, okay? Verbatim. I was like, you're living in, the dream world. We're not at Disneyland. Like, let's come back to reality. I am living in reality. Okay, sure. Let's come back to reality. You notice how I'm not fighting. I'm playfully I'm reeling her back in to be relaxed, to be poised. Okay. She was like, you said these things. I'm like, okay, we all know I didn't say that. Very good. Very funny. Do you see my tonality? Do you see how calm I am? Do you see how I'm playfully just saying, you're a fucking woman. You're now coming up with things like a woman does. We know it's not true. Let's come back to reality. That's not reality. Never said that. You're so silly. Okay. All right. And by me doing that, she knows she's silly. Like, this is another part that you can extrapolate to anything with women. You can't take them seriously. When you take women seriously and take them at their word, they don't respect you. They respect a guy like me that does not take them seriously. I don't take them seriously. When they say they shit, I'm like, okay, right. Yeah, and I also said that the moon is a triangle. And I also said that we have flying cars. I said all these things. Like, that's how you handle it. You don't handle it by saying, stop. I didn't say that. Don't put words in my mouth. I didn't say that. Oh, you don't do that. You don't do that. You fight fire with water. And then you go along with it. So like, yeah, I totally said that. And I also said that you're black. She's not black. That's a joke. You're black and we have flying cars. And I also said and you just completely diffuse any fire. Completely. So you redirect and you diffuse. You don't take them seriously. You pat them on the head and you twist things. You twist things. It's fire versus water. You know who's going to win. You know who's going to fucking win. I'm already in control. I'm just letting you act in control by letting you yap. And then I completely divert your attention and your focus and your energy and your emotions. And I also make you sound retarded and laugh about how silly you are and how goofy you are and how you make things up. And then, okay, step 3. This is a masterclass. Okay. Step 3, when you've done step 2, then you need to lead the conversation out of the gutter. Okay. And I don't just mean like completely divert it to a new topic, but I mean you need to vocalize the fact that everything's amazing, everything's fantastic, we're on the same page, everything's great, everything's amazing. Okay. Women love men that are like hilariously optimistic. Women don't want a guy that's pessimistic or hyper realist. They want somebody that is super positive. And that's how you upswing this. Okay. So after she yaps, and after you diffuse and redirect her energy and you rizz her up and you're just playing with her emotions. Now she gets to a point where you're both laughing, okay? And then you solidify the conversation by saying, I understand where you're coming from. Look, I get it, okay? We're on the same page. Everything's fantastic. Not a big deal. We're all good. You're all good. Everything's great, okay? And she'll fight back. She'll push back, of course. She realizes she's already, like everything's done and she's lost the conversation. So she's going to fight a little bit. And she'll be like, you really hurt my feelings. Like, I don't think we're on the same page. I'm like, we're on the same page. Okay, we're both in La La Land now. Like, I will join you. Okay, we're both in this reality, and we're both great. Everything's fantastic. All is forgiven. All is great. And then she'll probably say something to that, like, forgive it. Like, why would you need to forgive me? You're the one that did blah, blah, blah. Yeah, good. And you literally, I'm not kidding. You just completely just reiterate the fact that you're good. Everything's great. No problem. Same page. Me and you. You're my girl. No great. Not a big deal. I'm not kidding. She will hit you with objections and she will, try to push back. You just loop. You just loop this over and over again until you just fucking hypnotize her that everything's great. Yes, that's exactly what you do. You hypnotize her because she's gonna loop and she's gonna fight and blah blah blah. And then the last fight in this conversation, or the last point she tried to fight on in this conversation, but this is very standard with every woman, is she will try to get you to apologize. Okay, she will try, and this goes into the checklist, but she will try to get you so hard to apologize. Okay, and I remember, I think it was during step 2 when she knew I was just starting to just like finagle her. She was like, if you just apologize, like that would mean so much. If you would just apologize and say sorry, say I'm sorry, just 2 words, please. It would be amazing for me. And I looked at her and I said, everything's fantastic. You have nothing to worry about. Do you notice how I'm saying things that are calm, relaxing, great, positive? She said this about 10 times, by the way. And every time I had a different positive rebuttal, like, please say sorry. And I would be like, I want to fuck you right now. Please say sorry. Okay. You like me. I like me. Everything's great. You're in La La Land. You're happy. You're smiling. You're giggling. Your hair looks nice. But I never apologize. I say everything in the fucking book but an apology. At all times. I never, ever, ever. She was begging me to apologize. And I never did. I just divert. Please say sorry. Please just apologize. You hurt my feelings. I didn't mean to, but let's move on. Okay, we're good now. We're all good. All right? Let's not drag this out. We're great now. And that's what you do in step 3, is you rebuttal and you rejection handle the forced apology. You never apologize. You divert, okay? With sex, with positivity, with compliments, with riz. You just move, you just slip and slide, you bob and weave through the apology. You never apologize, okay? Ever. Because you can see it and you lose. And women see it as weakness. They might not, in the conversation, they might be like, okay, good, you apologize, I won. But then they're like, fuck, I won. That's why you don't do it. You fight fire with water. You never apologize. This is the checklist, okay? You never take her seriously, like I said. You never, ever take her seriously. Just like a little kid having a tantrum. Like, okay, someone needs a nappy timey. Like, all right, pat him on the head. Okay, yeah, sure. La La Land, and I said that, and you said that, and I said this, and, I could fly, and everything's fantastic, right? You never take them seriously. You're never negative. You don't fight fire with fire, you fight fire with water. You never apologize, okay? You make them feel hurt a little bit, but then you quickly divert, and you quickly take back the conversation. And if this gets to a point in step 3, by the way, where she is like not letting it go, for one thing, you did 1 and 2 fucked up. You missed a step. If this is happening. But if she still is on step 3, you fucking nip that shit in the butt really quick. Because it gets to a point where they will try to see how far they can go. Right? Like all women do. They try to get the power. They try to see what they can get away with. So in step 3, if she is still like continuing and persisting longer than you want her to, then you go on the offense. Okay? That is when you get fucking like pissed. And that's when she will immediately bend. And this is more so like, okay, the game's over. Okay? I let you yap. I heard you out. Now shut the fuck up. Say that actually, or do other things. Like I was like, look, we're done here. Like we're on the same page. We're done. Next conversation. Feel good. I didn't have to do that in this scenario, but I've done it a lot. Because you can't let them extend this. Okay? This is like a 10-minute full step exchange. We're not sitting here for an hour. Like no fucking way. I don't care if I cheated on you with your mother. You get 10 minutes. Okay? At 10-minute mark, I'm going on the offense. I'm gonna tell you to shut the fuck up because I'm a man. And I'm sick and tired of hearing your bullshit. And we're not fighting anymore. That is like the Hail Mary safety precaution if you fuck up one of the 3 steps. Or if you did something like insanely bad. But honestly, like just diffuse it. The 3 steps works 99% of the time. It works so well. And after this, she will like you more. She will like you 1,000 times more, which is the craziest part. Even though you did apologize, you didn't concede, you didn't even agree with shit. You did something to her, she got mad, you just don't even agree. You don't even say sorry. She will like you more because you do things the right way. As opposed to the guy that apologizes, agrees with her, has this deep conversation about why he did things, blah, blah, blah. Like she was trying to tell me I did this because of my feelings. And I'm like, I'm not a fucking woman. Like, I don't have feelings. I did this because of logic and reason. I'm better than you. She starts laughing. No, you did it because of your emotion. You were feeling a certain way. Like, no. I analyze the situation with logic and reason, and I act because of your behavior. Conversation over. Cooked her. That's how you do it. Use this, okay? Disclaimer, please don't use this for bad because it's really, really powerful. If you want help on being a genius with dating, female psychology, getting more dates, handling your women, dating more women, etc., I work with guys one-on-one. I have 2 slots open right now. I have a client that went from 0 numbers from dating apps to 3 dates and 3 closes in 1 week from working with me 4 weeks. In 4 weeks, he went from 0, basically damn near incel, to 3 dates, 3 closes in 1 week. Application link is below. And if you're somebody that's not making the money you want to make right now, and you probably can't afford coaching, I have other products and programs that are much more affordable that'll help you get going. So check out all those links below. I'll see you in the next video.